What's up guys, FuryTV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Well, we rejoin the feature table to find, wow, what a pot this is going off.
Oh, baby, Mattis.
So we're going to assume Gaston's opened and they've both peeled and it's probably gone check through, right, Ludo? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Look at the size.
No, actually, it must be limped. Gaston's limped the button because look at the pot size.
Yeah, you're right. He's limped, yeah.
And then it's all going to kick off on the turn.
Like,
let him value bet worse than the river. Let him bluff. Let him catch a draw if he's got some combo draw he's raised.
If he's got like 9-10 or something, like 9-5 of spades or something, like you're gonna have to let him bluff it on the river.
Well, she does re-raise.
But like this is gonna work out because Mattis has got an 8. But usually, I'm saying like if Mattis has like 9-5 of spades here, he's gonna just bin it because he could be dead.
Right.
Well, not dead with 9-5 of spades, you know what I mean? But some sort of like straight draw, flush draw, whatever. On the board,
well, she limped from the small, so she would have.
Yeah, she's alright. Okay, I keep assuming that the button opened for some reason, but the button limped.
Yeah, 6 on the end,
if any at all.
Wow, she rips in for over pot.
Oh, I'm loving that. She's pretty sure that he's got an 8, and she's right, and is going to be able to fold an 8? That is the question. If he folds here, good fold. Let's see if Mattis can find the fold, because it is over the pot. It's just over pot. So if you assume that there's no bluffs, I think you've probably got to fold. Good fold from Mattis.
Good fold.
Yeah, I think they got a bit too greedy there and shoved the whole Kabuna in.
Yeah.
The whole lot went in.
Yeah, not worried enough to actually check in on you. Dan 7s raises, pool 8s in the small. How will he proceed? Pool will call from the small. Manic 6s.
6s. Oh my lord.
6s, 7s, and 8s. How about a 6, 7, 8 flop?
Where's the 5s for the 4-bet?
Yeah, that's what we need 5s in there. So when it comes 6, 7, 8, all the sets can lose.
Time is like everything kick off in the day.
Wow! Oh my word!
I mean, you didn't.
Bye profit, Manning.
You didn't quite call it.
2.5 in there. Dan surely will see bet.
It's like kind of like puts you in good trend for the game.
Pot?
That's why I get into the game because I've got like 4
Pot it is. A little bit more than pot. We're going for 100 on top.
Ben made it to Wednesday. Take Wednesday as well.
That's quite sick.
8. Well, look at this. He quickly gets out of the way. He's not going to have a chip in the pot. Manig.
To give me a few days.
Now, does he check raise? Does he check call?
I mean, I would probably be check raising here.
Right,
I mean,
Dan's played so snug.
Yeah, it really looks like Dan has like ace, king, king, queen, or aces. Something of that nature.
Buy,
I mean, if
profit. He does just check call.
25, sorry.
I'm not. Yeah, I think check raising is probably better here in general.
Right, I mean, obviously, seeing what we've seen, I'm not sure if man is being relayed the hands. You would check raise. And wow.
I mean, the thing is, like, if Dan's bluffing, it's not like he's just going to continue to barrel off big, you know?
Right.
And yeah, okay, you look really strong when you check raise here, but I don't think, you know, if Dan has ace, king, or aces, I don't think he's going to fold them.
This is great now. Dan bets.
Both are Dan's going to bomb it again. He's going 7k? 8k! He's overbet flop and turn.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. So Manig's going to... He's got ace king now. Let's get him. Wow.
I mean, no way Manig can fold, but, I mean... He must be a little concerned. I mean,
this is going to be
double
the biggest
overbet.
pot. But I mean, what? Yeah, he's got ace king probably. This is what you're thinking.
You would be thinking there's some sort of king.
Obviously, there is the one likely hand that beats you is 7s.
I'm going to get a cold, you know.
What kings wouldn't bet this?
Feel it coming on.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold.
Manning is going to just call. GTO, and maybe that's not necessary, but whatever happens here, this is almost certainly getting on the river. 10 is the card.
3 overbets.
Come on. Come on, Dan. Go big.
Yeah. I think it scored nothing for like. That's the end of the first quarter, yeah. 14, 28, 56.
£23,400 in the pot.
All in.
Hey, he's done it. 41k.
That was a really, really bad feeling. I think I have way too good of a hand. Can I count, please?
Wow, Manic senses something. I mean, obviously King 10's the most like concern, right?
I mean, this is just horrible.
What?
Sorry, no.
Wow, Manic's considering it with 6s full.
Well, the thing is, 6s, I mean, you beat no value hands now, right? I mean, I don't think Dan would ever realistically shove here with ace king.
Yeah, well, again, like you say,
So-
from what we've seen, it doesn't.
No, it's much more skilling. Not
I
skill.
mean, 8-9 is somewhat possible, but even that I don't think that's gonna 2x
Bit out of
pot jam
character,
here.
everything we've seen. But the thing is,
Make a set of plays.
it's only 7s.
He's losing to 7s and King 10.
Yeah, does King 10 go over pot, over pot?
Seems hard to believe.
Does Ace King do that? Is it possible
No.
to believe that Dan makes a mistake and shoves Ace King here? Is it possible to think he overvalues it?
I
You
don't
see this
think
quite
so.
often with the cautious players, type players, when they do make a big hand, they just go hole for leather. Maybe
They
that's what's going through Manic's head.
can be the case.
It takes like 4 minutes.
I mean, the real problem here is like, can you ever think that Dan has a bluff? I don't know. I mean,
Don't think Dan's bluffing.
I don't know. Maybe I've seen Dan
So, yeah, I
bluff before in my
mean,
life.
It's the last hand anyway.
It is?
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock.
Can we turn off the stream now?
Take your time.
Streams on a row.
2 o'clock, didn't he say?
No,
Oh, okay.
we cannot turn
All
off
right,
the stream.
sorry,
That's a
No.
desperate man
I
trying to get out of
need
it.
like 1
No,
minute
we
or
got 2
so.
more rounds.
Take your time anyway.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
That's such a weird feeling. I had a weird feeling on the turn already.
Ah,
It was like...
Inner turmoil. How could he fold?
Yeah.
Check call, check fold? Really?
I mean, if Dan's not bluffing, you're beat.
What if he is overvaluing Ace King though?
That would just be. Yeah, I mean, then you would make the worst fold of all time.
Yeah, I mean a 20k bet with a snap called.
Yeah.
1.5 times pot, a little different.
Sorry.
It's 2 times pot, right? 41 into 23 or so.
Yeah, actually you're right. More closer.
I've got to say that.
Oh, he's gonna fold.
That hook. The one you got.
Can he fold?
Honestly, I think if this wasn't being streamed, Manning would have folded by now. Honestly,
So tough to find bluff.
because if Dan has ace,
So hard to flop a set, he just said.
I thought he said fine bluffs.
Did he?
I don't know.
Yeah, he
One of the
probably did.
two. I mean, both is true. It is really hard to flop a set.
I mean, 8-9 is no good.
Left of a pound owing.
Trying to get a read there. Bringing up 8-9. The thing is, Manig is going to be very hesitant to make this kind of fold on stream. Because if people see him fold here and Dan Shack had ace king, Manig is not going to be allowed back in Germany.
So when I get you ready for the fold.
Wow!
Fold.
For those.
Turn over. If you turn, show, I'll show.
I don't know if I want to.
You had 6s? You folded 6s?
Hey?
You got ace king?
You folded 6s?
Wow. No way.
You can't.
Wow,
fold
how
6s,
good does Manning
though.
feel right
Wow.
now?
Yeah.
You can never fold.
He just made £40,000 right there.
That's
That's a
just
sick fold.
ridiculous. How do you ever fold 6s there? I guess I bet.
To be honest
way
with you,
too
he
much.
played it that well. I'm not past 10s there.
Hey?
I'm not past 10s. He played it like you
I thought Dan had
When you said you could
Then
beat-
when he showed 6s, I'm like, ah.
Beat 8-9.
Looking for his second bracelet of the week. Took down the 25k platinum high roller. I'm just receiving word from Apocalypse that apparently Cabral is out of the main event. See what I can find. Ace, King, Queen, top pair and a gut shot, as well as the Jack of Diamonds for dessert for Dvoris. Sang with the underpair. Third pot, all in. A joke. Would be sick though. 3 of spades on the turn. It was close. Paul Potter does know a thing or two about turning sets. So we saw him turn a set against Danny Negreanu in the 25k. 1.1 million in the middle. Does have a nut and range advantage on this board. We can only assume is going to be the case 99.999% of the time. Big pot brewing, ladies and gentlemen. Final table bubble of this 50k. Oh my goodness, how has he found the 4 of hearts on the river? Peeks back down at his cards. Yes, you have rivered a set. That was me getting excited on the turn that he almost drilled it. Setting up a story on the flop.
Really regretting whatever I did on the break.
Story on the turn. Again, aces range advantage, kings, queens, ace, king.
Get my button or something.
And he goes for 3. And Forrest in the absolute ringer with one of the best bluff catchers that he can have here. I don't know if it is actually a good bluff catcher. What would you rather have here, Chad? Would you rather have like ace-9 suited than ace-jack-o? Yeah, he does let it go. Discipline lay down from Forrest.
Show 9. Come on. Show a 9.
Show a 9.
4, 5 of diamonds, hey?
There we go.
Got a huge stack. Got the king 10 off. Gonna be coming in. Oh, he just ran into a real hand from Mr. Ivan.
Wow, Ivan just calls.
Playing a koi.
Kind of surprised when you're Ivan, you get paid.
Yeah.
Playing with a couple of suited cards. Looks like he wants to get involved as well.
Yeah, his hand just plays well. He's got no reason to squeeze. Like a hand like King Jack off would be a good hand to squeeze. 6 deuce suited. If he hits his hand, he can feel pretty good about it. And the whoa, both have a oh man,
yeah.
Wow. Phil got a pretty special flop for the King 10 off. And Ivan can't like what's going on here, although he does have the Queen of Spades.
And a little perhaps surprising to see Phil bet this one, but maybe not necessarily. But a second pair and the nut flush draw, maybe one he can check back, but decide to bet it. I mean, Ivan can definitely call with some weaker hands, as can Ben.
Oh man.
Oh dear. That's where Phil gets paid.
Look at that look. He's just thinking about he's just like trying to look not interested. And he is like, I have the nuts versus the wildest guy at the table.
$45 is the bet. Ivan, of course, will be going nowhere with the second nuts.
Wow, this is a dream scenario for Phil.
I mean, this is just a question of how much he bets is how much he's going to win, right?
He set up a pot-size river shove.
Yeah, and there's just...
And the board does pair, but that's still...
That shouldn't really change this, right? Because Phil's not betting a set or 2 pair on the turn, that sizing, is he? He's checking those backs.
No,
so.
and for Ivan's perspective, just thinking if Phil could think, you know, Ivan somehow could find a boat, but it doesn't matter. He's got the nut flush, and he knows he's getting called by queen of spade, jack of spade, and... And Ivan saw this going differently in his head. He saw a trap turn into a
just limped
tough
queens.
situation.
Just flat the queens, pardon me, from the small. Makes the second nut flush.
You gotta think, what hand is Phil bluffing in this scenario, though? To ship it like this, is he turning? Is he just got a random? Ivan does not appear to be a guy that is going to be folding the second nuts. I mean, and you can't blame him really in this spot. It's just
he can't fold this one. You gotta.
I don't know, man. You know. But yeah, it's just like what is Phil shelling off here, though? You know, is there maybe the board pair? Is there? You're right though. Like, is he? He doesn't bet a set or 2 pair.
No, he doesn't. He just checks those hands back. He's happy to see the river.
Ivan's probably like, he knows. Ivan's like, man, I'm a wild player. Is Phil really trying to bluff me here? You know, because Ivan knows he's perceived that way.
Right, of course. But I mean, Ivan just has so many, like, 1 pair hands, even some lower spades. They get this way.
Ivan
they can be comfortable
get
folding.
out of the way.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he just thinks
I think
he's not going to try and bluff me.
I think he can get away. Ivan has it's so hard though, right? You're just like with the queen of spades. You see that flop, you're like, come on, and then you hit the turn, you're like, all right, and then you're like, come on. Field size up to 54. It was 49 not long ago. His head's in the right spot here. He wants to lay it down. Listen, he's got a banner on the wall outside. He's won an event here. He's using 2-time make. I think he's going to find it. I think he's going to find the fold.
He might. I mean, I still think I like the call, but
look at this. That's a muck face. Fold.
Wow.
Oh, Mr. Liao. Ivan Liao. Phil's got to feel sick. Oh, my goodness. What a world-class fold there.
Wow.
Very nice.
Where'd you go, Jeff? I mean, that's...
Good fold?
That's...
Huh? Yes.
And then Ami flats the bottom of queen at hearts. And David in for cheap from the big blind with 7-5 of spades. That's the kind of hands you want to have to take on the aces. Well, queen 9 deuce. Ami flops top pair with a backdoor flush draw, as well as aces still out in front. Dave with nothing but the backdoor spade draw. And look at this, checks all the way around, and queen on the turn. This is
sort of checks that flop.
He checks and checks again, and now Ami's going to bet, and there's see Isildur. I don't think gives him credit for checking back an ace on this board, so he's going to, I guess, play his 2 check calls. 700,000 the bet.
So you Dutch or German then or something?
Yeah, you can't read
Dutch or German?
Wow. Right. He's going for the min check raise. He wants to join in with these crazy raises.
400,000.
Obviously feeling a player like Ami's not going to fold anything for 700,000 more that he's bet for value.
It's so strange. Ami can't even really love it, I don't think. I mean,
right.
Assume he's going to call and see what happens.
Does indeed make that call. 4.8 in the pot. That's 3.4 behind. Oh my word! What a river for Isildur.
That and just snap
He
all
moves
in.
all in.
The check raise on the turn.
It's funky.
It's kind of like the limit hold'em play where you raise to make it so that the next street you can get a cheaper card.
Right.
So the river he'd get to showdown cheaper by doing that check raise. If he checks again, he might not have to pay much or anything.
Well, what he did do was check raise with 2 outs, ping them on the river, and now he has moved all in. Ami in a world of hurt here.
I could see him getting away from this one. Not saying it's easy or that he even should, but I can see it happening.
I don't know how he can. What's Isildur supposed to have here?
The line is super funky.
Ami has, as just saying, I mean, basically the best hand he's ever got here. Check back Queen 9-2. I don't think with anything better. And you are playing Isildur. Right, throwing in a few time chips. And does Isildur take this line with a queen?
Well, I don't think I've ever seen this line, period.
There we go. It's so weird.
Maybe he does it with 9s full or deuces full. Or ace queen. Wouldn't expect him to have aces. There's also a chance that the turn was a weird bluff, and now he just has a pair of aces and
wow.
thinks it's good.
Ami lets it go. He doesn't think it can be a bluff.
Incredible. I mean, he can't beat anything but a bluff, right? I mean,
yeah.
He's not shoving an ace.
But we shall see. You know how long these hand-for-hand bubbles can last when we get there. Well, Rayan with not just the chip lead, but queens on the first
They
hand.
want us to hold them on these markers? Okay, I probably didn't do that. Sorry.
Raise 260.
For what, 3 seconds?
Yeah,
I mean,
even less.
3 seconds out.
But until you get told differently, like you can like sneak to that wall and like even take a picture, you know, till they tell you to move, you can do whatever you want. And in front of me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, okay.
On a turn with 6, 7 of diamonds in the button, he's going to peel.
Looks like I'm wearing a jacket on the beach, like a crazy person.
Can I?
Yeah, you look like a psycho who goes to the beach in a cashmere.
Yeah. Well, not looking too bad now. 6, 7, 9, bottom 2 pair. And checks it on over to Rayan, the opener.
The air is blowing.
Very wet looking board. One pair never looks too great on. But with queens and the queen of hearts, expect a bet nonetheless.
About 425.
And a very healthy sizing. 85% pot on such a coordinated board. And Arutian, some fear on a board like this with bottom 2. Not great to get too much in. But he's going to check raise, 1.1 million. So many bad turn cards for him. Well, maybe a check call with bottom 2. Nice to have some strong, very strong hands when you check call. And bottom 2 could be one, but of course, can't be wrong check raising. So many draws he wants to check raise with. Got to check raise some strong hands. Bingo for Rayan on the turn, top set, and looks like a brick to Arutian. There's already 2.7 million chips in the pot. He's going to do some damage here.
$1,300,000.
1.3 the bet. Rayan now with a decision. A raise would be less than pot. There's not just cards that will kill his action, also cards that could beat him if he were just to call here. Interesting spot. Be disastrous to call and have a scare card come out and not stack a set. At the same time, to let a flush draw come in, beat him. At the same time, jamming probably scares off a hand like this, or has a very good chance to do so at least.
All in.
He does move all in, and wow, Routian, this is a pretty disgusting spot. He's shown a lot of strength, and with bottom two, I think can get away from it. I mean, there are some hands that draws that he's ahead against. Maybe he's up against a hand like Jack 10 of hearts, or even just Ace 8 of hearts, something like that. Potentially play this way.
10 seconds.
He's going to have better hands he's check raised with, that's for sure. All his sets. Could have flopped straight.
You only missed one hand. You said 40 minutes, right?
It was.
40. It's not at 30? You mean 40?
It was 40.
It was 40.
40. In fact, we started.
It's tough though, he's put in 2.5 million chips already in this hand, just 5 million behind. Pills a moment, that's enough for him. Well done. Very well done. Easy to say sat here watching to fold. Harder to do it in the moment.
Can I have a camera from you, please?
Izzle with King 6. He comes in for a raise. Pavel has Queen 7 suited in the big. Can't see him going anywhere.
He raises to 35 million. Pavel calls. Nice door card, and both players have flopped a pair.
See, Izzle does the backdoor flush draw as well with his king. And he keeps the aggression up as he has done every time he's flopped any hand in the heads-up play. Pavel, of course, has backdoor diamonds. So he will surely call.
Now, if he catches a diamond on the turn, he might want to play the hand far more aggressively. Obviously, if a heart comes, Isildur will be in the same spot. Currently winning, and it is the ace of diamonds on the turn.
Well, I imagine Pavel will check this and Isildur checks back.
Pavel.
Unless Izzle thinks he can get his opponent to call with a worse hand. He is cutting out a big bet.
This is a big pot developing here. Pavel with third pair nut flush draw. Isildur put in a sizable bet there, 105,000. Currently winning with his king.
Pavel obviously will call here. Does have a pair and the backdoor nut flush draw. No reason for him to fold.
It wouldn't surprise me if he raised.
Well, I think raising just makes all the bluffs fold and every better hand still calls. Oh, he doesn't. I don't think he's thinking Isildur's necessarily going to bet this big with just the king. If he knew that, he would raise, but I think he's expecting Isildur to check back.
Wouldn't the ace have been a good card just to rep it though?
And, well, he's got a pair. If he had no pair, then I think he might try and bluff. But Pavel does have a losing hand. I suspect this will go check, check. Pavel trying to work out how he missed that one. Desperate to get to showdown. He could rep hearts here. He does rep hearts.
Wow!
He moves all in. What a play. What a play. He moves all in. How can
Surely
Isildur call?
Isildur can't call here. He's thinking it through in his head. He's thinking he called me on the flop. If he caught the ace on the turn, surely he would have bet.
Well, it's hearts or nothing.
Raised. Yes, he's checking the chip count.
Surely he can't call this. Just thinks there's no way Pavel calls 100 million with a flush draw.
In actual fact, he did. He had the nut flush draw in diamonds and a pair.
Well, the problem is the flush draw that he's most likely to check call with would be the king high flush draw with a pair of kings. And Isildur has that blocked. That is what is playing into Isildur's mind here. If he had the king of spades, he would just have to fold this. He does have pretty much the only flush draw.
He is seriously considering calling here, James.
I can see why. I can see his reasoning, and he's right. There's what hand does he call with a flush draw? Could, of course, be the nut flush draw.
What's your feeling? I think he's going to call.
On edge here.
What do you think at home? I mean, like, this is phenomenal.
So close. Pavel willing him to fold.
This is for the title.
Doesn't want to call, but his gut's telling him. Only the nut flush places.
Wow! What a goal! That's phenomenal!
Oh my God!
That is the greatest goal I've seen live here in Rosmerdorf. You saw it. Isildur made the call of the tournament.
Oh my word. Isildur, with that call, is the Party Poker Millions Germany champion.
That is phenomenal, James. I tell you what, I'm so glad I was in the commentary booth when that happened.
Oh.
No braces for Laszlo. Dinek's going to flick in the call with the nines. Carson going to get out of there with the 10-8.
Like 55, I might have fold, but lucky or lucky maybe.
I love Simba, man. Super chatty. 3 ways to a flop. Jack in the window. Queen, Jack, deuce, rainbow, Espen with the best of it. His hand should be over and done with. No more mercy saying, where is Gazzy? Gazzy is going to be joining me. Taking it in turns to kind of hold down the fort for obvious reasons. We don't want to burn ourselves out. So Espen knuckling it on over to Dinex, who's fired out 250 into 450. Daniel has potentially found a hand he could get to fold, not necessarily on this street, as Espen does flick in the call. 6 of hearts on the turn. SPR of 1. See what Dinex brings here. Fresh off that super high roller bowl victory out in Vegas, 3.3 million. And 4 Dinegs over there. 6-time bracelet winner, looking for bracelet number 7, knuckles it back. And everything on the flop does brick, all the ace 10s, ace kings, king 10s of the world. See if Jorstad comes with some form of blocker bet, as we've lost someone else on the outer table. Now 7 off the money here. WSOP Europe Platinum High Roller final day. Will be crowning a bracelet winner today. Jorstad knuckles for a 3rd time. See what the GG ambassador brings.
I feel like I'm just going to lose to a jack.
Oi, oi, spot on read, Negranu.
Good.
Spot on read. knuckles it back. That's kid poker for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hog Dog says I'm famous, Mom. Don't think we ever met. I'm in the Martini's teammate in PMU poker team. Nice, man. If I see you at Prague, we can give each other a high five. As Deeb comes with the call. 8-8-4. No immediate help for Deeb. He does have the best hand, however.
80.
Parson comes with Min. Comes with call. Tons of cards to increase his equity if he is behind. We can see that he's ahead. I'm also a single white dude who only watches poker. Check, check. Sean Deeb can't catch a break. This one's going to go chop, chop. Unless something crazy happens on the river. Gonna shove and a wry smile from Parsonen.
750 or something.
Now Sean knows the score. Now he knows it's a chop. Pop Brown says, what's the delay? 30 minutes? My mods are too good. Might look like an easy call for Parsonen here, but it is still 20% of his stack. And stack preservation is really important at this stage of a tournament. You know, full money, he's got a healthy stack. He doesn't want to be dragged into the middle of the pack. Does elect to fold. Let's go, Sean Deeb.
Well, Bryn with Queen Jack suited in the small blind. 5-handed, very good hand, but obviously out of position. And he does call fairly standard there, right, Sander?
Yeah, fairly standard, although nowadays you see a lot, especially in the high rollers, that people don't want to just call from the small blind because you give the big blind a really good price. So some of the guys just 3-bet all their hands in the small blind they want to play.
But one of the Queen Jack suited, one of the hands, probably it's up there in the hands he doesn't mind playing three-way though,
yeah,
right?
for sure. Although that's kind of dangerous. If you only play hands that you wouldn't mind playing three-way, the other guys will catch on to that.
Yeah. And, well, Bryn has flopped a gut shot. Stefan and Stevie both with ace-high. Stevie's ace-queen high way out in front though. And this is a board that obviously Stevie will know he's ahead of a fade 80% of the time, but Bryn can obviously have a king, but also a lot of his hands are going to check call here. But does he still have to bet this because it's three-way and protect his hand?
I think he can do whatever. I like a small bet because people will have to play really honest against this. So everyone's hands will be fairly face up after this bet. And if you think they will call enough worse hands, you can just check it down after this. And you still make a few hands that have 2 cards that can hit fold. And
right.
Apparently you can get called by Queen Eye as well. So.
Yeah, he does get called by the gut shot, which misses. Stefan folded his ace high. And Stevie now with another decision. See, there are a lot of, as you're saying, you know, Bryn does have a lot of kings in this spot. So if Bryn were to put out a bet here,
immer noch so wie vorhin, 2-3, Dom ist rausgeflogen.
Not a great spot for Stevie.
Just want to say, I think if he bets, he should go quite big here because he either has like a really strong hand like top pair or better, or a missed hand like Queen Jack check 10. Steven doesn't have the best hand to call here with because he has the queen.
Right. Blocks some of the hands he wants his opponents to have, which you saying a hand like Queen Jack with a backdoor flush draw,
yeah.
Queen Jack of diamonds no longer possible.
Yeah.
As Sander pointed out, 45 seconds in this event. I think purely because the event was scheduled not to have a shot clock, but then the guys wanted it and it was a compromise. They give them 45 seconds.
I think it's really much more fun. Oh, wow.
Well, he does make the call, and he will receive the good news. Ace-Queen being the queen high of Bryn Kenny.
What a beast.